Have you ever gotten a raise and felt like you were finally getting ahead, only to find that you're still struggling to make ends meet? You're not imagining things. This feeling is a reality for millions of people, and it is a symptom of a much larger economic issue, the silent erosion of our purchasing power. Today, we're going to dive deep into why your paycheck doesn't stretch as far as it used to. We'll break down the relationship between wages, inflation, and what it all means for your financial well-being. Let's start with a simple question. What is purchasing power? In a nutshell, it's the amount of goods and services you can buy with a certain amount of money. If you had $10 20 years ago, you could buy a lot more with it than you can today. That's because your purchasing power has decreased over time. The main culprit behind this is inflation. Inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and subsequently, purchasing power is falling. Think of it like a slow leak in a tire. It might not be noticeable day to day, but over time, it significantly deflates the value of your money. When prices for everyday essentials like food, housing, gas, and healthcare go up, each dollar you earn buys a smaller percentage of a good or service. Now, you might be thinking, but my wages have gone up. I'm earning more than I did 5 years ago. And you're probably right. This is where things get a bit tricky. We need to distinguish between nominal wages and real wages. Nominal wages are the face value of your paycheck, the actual dollar amount you see on your pay stub. If you got a 3% raise, your nominal wage has increased by 3%. However, real wages are the more important figure. Real wages are your wages adjusted for inflation. They reflect your true purchasing power. To calculate your real wage growth, you subtract the inflation rate from your nominal wage increase. So, if you got that 3% raise, but inflation for the year was 4%, your real wage actually decreased by 1%. You're earning more money, but you're effectively poorer because your ability to buy things has gone down. For decades, many developed economies have seen a significant gap grow between productivity growth and wage growth. Productivity, that is, the amount of output per hour of work, has steadily increased thanks to technology and better processes. Logically, you would think that if workers are producing more value, their wages should increase proportionally, but that hasn't been the case. A large portion of the gains from this increased productivity has gone towards corporate profits and shareholder returns, rather than employee paychecks. This stagnation of real wages is a huge part of our story. While the cost of living has been on a steady upward climb, wages for the average worker have not kept pace. Let's look at some key areas. Housing costs, for example, have skyrocketed in many cities, far outpacing wage growth. The same can be said for higher education and healthcare. These are not luxury items, they are fundamental pillars of a stable life. When their costs grow faster than our ability to pay for them, the financial pressure is immense. So, why is this happening? There are several contributing factors. The decline of labor unions has reduced the collective bargaining power of workers. Globalization has also played a role, as companies can move production to countries with lower labor costs, putting downward pressure on domestic wages. Additionally, shifts in the economy from manufacturing to service-based industries, which often have lower pay scales, have also contributed. The government and central banks play a crucial role here as well. Central banks, like the Federal Reserve in the United States, manage inflation through monetary policy, primarily by adjusting interest rates. Their goal is usually to keep inflation at a stable, low rate, often around 2%. When inflation gets too high, as we've seen recently, they raise interest rates to cool down the economy. This makes borrowing money more expensive for both consumers and businesses, which can slow down spending and, in theory, bring prices back under control. However, this is a delicate balancing act. If they raise rates too aggressively, it can trigger a recession and lead to job losses. If they don't act decisively enough, inflation can become entrenched, continuing to eat away at our savings and paychecks. The recent wave of global inflation was fueled by a perfect storm of factors: supply chain disruptions from the pandemic, geopolitical events, and massive government stimulus programs designed to support economies during lockdowns. This sudden and sharp increase in prices put the issue of declining purchasing power into sharp focus for everyone. The psychological impact of this is profound. It creates a sense of running on a treadmill. You work harder, maybe even get a promotion, but you feel like you're not making any real progress. This can lead to financial anxiety, stress, and a feeling of hopelessness. It forces people to take on more debt, delay major life goals like buying a home or starting a family, and makes it nearly impossible to save adequately for retirement. So what can we, as individuals, do about this? While we can't single-handedly change macroeconomic trends, we can take steps to protect our own financial health. First, it's crucial to be financially literate. Understanding the concepts we've talked about today, inflation, real versus nominal wages, and interest rates, is the first step. Next, focus on increasing your real income. This might mean negotiating for raises that outpace inflation. When you go into a salary negotiation, don't just ask for a standard 3% increase. Do your research. Look at the current inflation rate, the industry standard for your role, and be prepared to make a case for why your contributions merit a raise. That actually increases your purchasing power. Another strategy is to develop new skills or seek opportunities in higher growth industries. Fields related to technology, healthcare, and green energy are projected to grow, and they often offer better compensation. Lifelong learning isn't just a buzzword, it's a financial survival strategy. Investing is also a powerful tool to combat inflation. While leaving your money in a standard savings account might feel safe, its value is actively decreasing due to inflation. Investing in assets like stocks, real estate, or inflation-protected securities can help your money grow at a rate faster than inflation, preserving and even increasing your purchasing power over the long term. Of course, all investing carries risk, so it's important to educate yourself or seek advice from a financial professional. Creating and sticking to a budget is more important than ever. When your purchasing power is shrinking, you need to be intentional about where every dollar goes. Track your spending, identify areas where you can cut back, and prioritize your financial goals, whether that's paying down debt or building an emergency fund. Finally, let's talk about the bigger picture. Systemic change requires collective action and policy adjustments. Advocating for policies that support stronger wage growth, such as increasing the minimum wage to a living wage, strengthening workers' rights to unionize, and investing in education and job training programs, can help address the root causes of wage stagnation. Paying attention to fiscal and monetary policy and participating in the democratic process are ways to have a voice in the broader economic conversation. The decline in purchasing power is not just an abstract economic concept. It's a lived reality that affects our daily lives, our stress levels, and our hopes for the future. By understanding the forces at play and taking proactive steps to manage our finances, we can navigate these challenging economic waters more effectively. It's about being informed, strategic, and resilient. Don't just watch your paycheck. Understand what it's truly worth and make it work for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on personal finance and economics. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. How have you noticed your purchasing power change over the years? Let's continue the conversation there. See you in the next video.